Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and homage to Master Thupten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, the savior of the netherworld, the Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. Homage to the gurus. Homage to the Buddha. Homage to the Dharma. Homage to the Sichli Sangha. Simo, Tansan Katso, Tuptan Siti, Tuptan Kama. All Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma tutors, temple and center directors, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? I would like to announce for next Sunday, August 25th at 3 p.m. there will be Ganapati, the Red Jambala Homa fire offering ceremony. That's Ganapati's mudra. All of you know that he is Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva's son. Oh, Shiva of the Hindu Trinity. Red Jambala. Recently, someone won the lottery, but I cannot tell who that is. And the person who won the prize is among us. Generally, when we perform the Bardo deliverance of the ghost month, and for Bardo deliverance, there are certain things that has to be done. There has to be water, and to sprinkle the nectar water. And second, there must be some candies. And to transform the candies to become food as an offering to all the spirits. And third, you have to have rice to represent all the provisions. In typical Bardo deliverance, you need to sprinkle the nectar water, candles, candies, rice, and good fruits. There were water and rice and candies that needs to be sprinkled by the reference. So the typical Zhongyuan Bardo deliverance, so do we sprinkle the rice and water for the noon offering? We have to do that, and also candies. That's the typical requirement. But just now, there's none of those here. So I transform them from my mind to satisfy all of them. And all the lamps, all those lanterns up here, they all transform into lotus blossoms. And carrying all the spirits to be reborn into the pure ones and Buddha verses. So actually sprinkling the water is just a drop, and the rice, and then the candy. So Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva's Bardo deliverance for the Ghost Festival, which is the 15th day of the 7th lunar month. And that was excellent. It's done perfectly. So we hope that all the Bardo spirits rise to the pure ones. And if there are any left over, then they can come home with me, and then to go on the thousands Dhamma vessels. So at the beginning, let's celebrate ahead of time Golden Mother's birthday. And also my little granddaughter, she's 2 today, August 18th exactly. It's her birthday today. Between 3 to 5. It's her birthday party at her house. I was going to attend, but because I need to perform the Siddhigarbha Bardo deliverance, so Sumo and I are not going. They came this morning and we celebrated with them. And we also have others having birthdays, so let's sing a birthday song for Golden Mother too. My little granddaughter, and she is the follower of Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. She came from Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva's place. The Avalokitesvara at the Mount Potaloka at the South Sea. There are 2 close attendants, San Chai and Liang Ni. Liang Ni is the girl, the boy and the girl, and she's the reincarnation of the girl. Happy birthday. Most importantly, in Bardo deliverance, we need the bright pole of Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva to radiate light, to break, destroy all the karma of the spirits, using the bright light to purify all the dark karma, and then to guide them into the Pure Land in Buddha verses. You want to share your experience? Okay. Give them the microphone. Speak to them, not to me. When Grandmaster walked in, Grandmaster is already in union with Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva, and the bright pole was very bright. And when Grandmaster got on the Dharma throne, Grandmaster was Siddhigarbha, and I felt that before we started, on my hand there was also bright pole that was very hot, and my whole body felt really warm. So that's a spiritual response. When I came, there must be lots of spirits following me, because we also performed the bird deliverance. So I felt very heavy and uncomfortable, but didn't feel good. But at the start of the ceremony, when Grandmaster was performing the mudras, there was light radiated out. I haven't seen that before. And then I felt my body all of a sudden as if there are little light bulbs, and all the little light bulbs were turned on. The Master was talking about the lanterns being lit up, so I felt that too. So each parts of the body is starting to loosen up, and then I felt that it becomes transparent, and then the sensation, the sense organs all liberated. So in the ceremony, I felt that about 90% of my body cells are purified, so that must be Badu deliverance. So thank you very much for deliverance and TBSN and letting us to have such great spiritual response. I feel very goodness was truly good. Let me share my own spiritual experience. After lunch and giving everybody blessings, I had to rest a little bit. So I closed my eyes all of a sudden I heard a voice. It's time to get up. Time to get up and perform the Homa in Bardo Deliverance. Asked me to perform Bardo Deliverance in Homa. I opened my eyes and took a look. Nobody was around. And this is the photo of Golden Mother with her mouth open. So the photo that was hanging on the wall woke me up. Of course, I could understand what she said. I could understand. But she spoke in the heavenly language. We know many of us here can speak the heavenly language. Do you remember last week? The one from the Unsung chapter. Wei Guan, the Dharma tutor. She spoke in the heavenly language. Could you repeat? Could you please say it again? Thank you very much, sir. Last week, actually, she said she spoke more, and she told us why she's inside her body. I knew the reason, but I could not tell why. I really don't want to say it, but someone told me, Grandmaster, the little Golden Mother is in her body and still waiting for her to cultivate and until she has attainment before going back to the heavens. And they are very puzzled and muddled hearing that. But I cannot tell. But I heard it very clearly. Back then, the chapters of True Buddhist School in the north and in the east of Taiwan encountered some disasters, like Folin, chapter Folin, Sanchong, Liansheng. Similar. All the Buddhist statues and were injected with poisons. Folin, Zhuangyan, Lijiang Temple, Dapeng, Liansheng, Sanchong chapters or temples were all affected. So that's why the Golden Mother of the Liansheng chapter stayed in her body. And so she can speak heavenly language. Because all the Buddhist statues, almost all of the Buddhist statues had been invaded by the ghost, by the energy of the ghost. And on the east coast of Taiwan, you all know, there's a Tong Yin chapter, and another center, Tong Hu, at Taitung. And there's a place a little further out. What's it called? A pretty big center. And Hualien. The first one that she went was Donghu chapter, and then the head of the chapter died. And then another place was the Master Zheng Yan's state, and we had a chapter there too, and the head of the chapter that she visited, the chapter that she visited, the head died. And then the Hualien Center, the head was Liao Hechun, was brought to San Francisco together with his wife. And then when they returned to Taiwan, and they lost their minds, both of them were mentally disturbed. They were from the eastern part. Now, no more. It's changed. And the north, Zhuangyan Lijiang Temple, Dapeng, chapter 40, Liansheng, Sanchong, all suffered from the disaster. It's the situation in Taiwan. I don't want to talk about it. It's been contaminated. And then I visited those, and I miss. And did I go to the Liansheng chapter, right? And the old head was there. Now, where did he go? Oh, he's in the hospice center, or has he been to America? Yes. To his daughter, where? San Francisco. Did she go to your place? Yes. Okay, have a seat. That's all I want to say. So are you all confused now? That's the reason. That's why Golden Mother, that small Golden Mother told me she went away to live in your body. So she cried in sorrow. and complain, and like so waiting for her to for you to cultivate well, so that when you go back that she can also go back with you. And I have agreed that in the future I will bring her back. So that was quite a disaster. Oh, that was Guansan. Guansan Center in the East Donghu chapter, and then Guansan Center. There were many followers back then, and she visited the Donghu Center or chapter, and then they had died, and then went to Guansan Center, and they had also died, and then the center dispersed. And then she went to Hualien, and then took the head, or brought the head with her back to San Francisco. And good thing that at least he didn't die. He came up on stage at the Taiwan Temple to give a witness. And the original head of the falling center had lost his mind too, and has they've gotten better recently. And then all the disciples at the San Chong chapter came, and then I could see that they carry the ghostly energy with them, and I purified them all. So today we have Q&A. The question from Malaysia, Pong Khang Siam. Grandmaster Sum, I have a question. Is it true that one needs to have the phenomena of no mind in order to generate the wisdom light? There should be the 10 virtues in the heart in order to attain and realize putti and liberation. There should be equality without discrimination in order to understand the mind and see the nature. Is that right? The phenomena of no mind in order to generate the wisdom light. There should be 10 virtues in the heart in order to attain and realize enlightenment and be liberated. The mind should be equal without discrimination in order to understand the mind and see the nature. So it's one question and also 3 questions, 3 separate questions. Let me tell you, in order to gain the true wisdom, you need to understand no mind. To obtain the true wisdom, you need to be in no mind. You have no mind. No mind, nothing on your mind or nothing bothers you. That's a true wisdom. So that's right too, to say you have to have the phenomena of no mind to generate the wisdom light. You can say it that too, because true emptiness is wisdom, the fundamental wisdom. It's also right to have the 10 virtues in the heart in order to gain enlightenment, because the 10 virtues are the marvelous existence. Master Lin Jing from Hong Kong. he wrote an article. Primarily, he wrote about true emptiness. And second is the marvelous existence. So we have to have dual execution of true emptiness and marvelous existence in order to gain enlightenment. Once you attain the enlightenment or puti, then that is liberation. But if you only attain true emptiness, there's no use. That's nihilism. There must be some marvelous existence in order to produce a kind of true liberation. Although there's liberation through emptiness, through non-phenomena and non-action, that's right, that's emptiness. But many people, because they are so fixated on this, and I don't do anything. Why? Because it's empty. The lineage root guru is empty. The yidam is empty. All the Dharma practices, the Dharma, empty. Everything is empty. Then what do you do? What should you do? Then you don't do anything. Very simple. Give me an iron baseball bat, and I would beat you on the head really hard, and you would faint, and then that would be liberated. Why? Because you don't have any sensations or cognition anymore. You're liberated. So beaten. That's a temporary liberation. If you wake up again, then but if you're not awake again, then you would be reincarnated. Why? Because your karma is still on you. So I have an iron baseball bat and beat you, and then in the flesh you would be born into the Pure Land. That's true emptiness. But true emptiness must be coupled with marvelous existence in dual execution. It is right that empty nature is the fundamental wisdom. But there must be the marvelous existence too. And this is what you said, 10 virtues, in order to gain puti and liberation. And that's true emptiness plus marvelous existence. So, in studying Buddhism, and then you learn about true emptiness, and you think everything is empty, you don't eat, you don't sleep, and you become crazy, then we would say in Taiwan that you become mad. You have no action. Then they don't need lineage root guru, no need for yidam, don't need to do Dharma practice, they don't need to do anything. But you still have a body. Do you eat? You still have to eat. And you sleep? You still have to sleep. So the existence is still there, right? And you still have karma. Karma from past lives have not been eradicated. And if you don't do the 10 goodness or 10 virtues, how can you gain enlightenment and be liberated? That's why you have to utilize both emptiness and existence. So the fundamental wisdom should be coupled with the wisdom of discernment, and that's called all-encompassing wisdom. Only that is the ultimate truth. And the mind should be with equality, and that is true. Giving equally. You have no hatred in your heart mind. Equal. Everybody is equal. So I frankly tell you to Kali, to Lin Jie from the past, from California, and I will not say, you cannot have any hatred in you. Because if you have hatred and grudges, it would be impossible for you to be liberated. You need to treat everything equally. Equality. So I have written a few books, like the Vajra, a wrathful Vajra eyes, and then the fire of the clay bodhisattvas should be destroyed because those were left over from my past. But then I was thinking, well, that's also the journey of spiritual cultivation. Back then I did not understand completely, but now I do, and I find all sentient beings are equal. Even the ghost witch is actually all equal. She also has Buddha nature. All sentient beings have Buddha nature. It's just that she has not reached the time for realization. But one day, once she has realization, all the same, she can also become a Buddha. So this is important. So the mind should be equal without discrimination. And then this is Xin Jian Xing, which is understanding the mind and seeing the nature. So that's the dual execution of true emptiness and marvelous existence. Only then you would be able to gain enlightenment and see the nature. So the mundane beings and the sages are the same. And the mind, the Buddhas and the sentient beings are the same without any difference at all. Although they are sentient beings, but they are also Buddhas. The mind, the Buddhas and sentient beings are the same, with no differentiation. So some people exclaim that I'm enlightened. I don't have to practice anymore. I have no need for the yidams. I don't need the gurus, and they don't want anything anymore. That's nihilism. But they lack the marvelous existence. But true emptiness has to be coupled with the marvelous existence in dual execution. Only then there would be the true enlightenment, understanding the mind and see the nature. Only then it's true liberation. So that's a very good question, and also considered the Dharma gate of non-duality. So you cannot have any hatred. You cannot write something like the fire of the clay bodhisattva, or the wrathful Vajra eyes, or the 5 books about the ghosts should not have been written. But that's my journey in my spiritual cultivation. But now it's really equal. Treat all sentient beings equally. Actually, there's still cause and effect. causes and conditions and karma. So that's why you have to experience these disasters. Let me share some jokes. That's too serious. In junior high school, so close relatives have children would be handicapped or mentally handicapped, mentally or physically. But Xiaoming ignored it and told the teacher, but my dad married my grandpa's daughter and I'm normal. Can you understand? Because close relatives should not get married and give birth to children, right? Otherwise the children would be handicapped. But Xiaoming could not understand. But my dad married my grandpa's daughter and I am normal. Cancer expert that's been practicing for 50 years discovered with surprise that the crazy people don't get cancers because they cry when they want to cry, laugh when they want to laugh, and they have nothing in their mind or heart. They don't keep or repress anything, so that's why they don't have any cancers. But there should be some tumors and cancers in mentally ill people. No, really. That's a very surprising discovery. The boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend's getting married and called me. Are you coming to my wedding? So I told him decisively, next time you get married. I'm very dumb. I had a girlfriend in the past. It's from the medical school of the national security, and I was in the military then. I had a girlfriend who's from Zhanghua, the Xiushui village, I guess. So I passed through that place during my survey. I was still in the surveying college, and her last name was Li. And we dated for a long time, and then she told me, when you, this is written in the letter, when you're getting married, then I would be by your side. That means, getting married. So when you're getting married, I will be by your side. See, she's giving her life and body to me. That's what it was. But I was so dumb, When I was in the military school, I did not understand. Oh, she's standing next to me, so I thought, oh, she's attending my wedding. So when I was getting married, I sent a note, oh, please come attend my wedding. And she replied the letter, and with several circle, and then with question mark. And I said, that's so strange. Didn't you say that you were coming to my site when I'm getting married? How come you're not coming? I sent you the wedding invitation already. Only recently I understood. Only now I understood. Oh my gosh. What a slapstick. What a joke. I did not know. The doctor asked the patient, you made an appointment for yesterday, why didn't you come? And the patient replied, sorry doctor, I didn't feel well yesterday. Now let's expound on the Vimalakirti Sutra. The Bodhisattva tranquil root stood up and said, what is this Bodhisattva tranquil root? Root is the 6 roots. And what are the 6 roots? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. Those are the 6 roots, or 6 senses. We say that an ordained person should have pure or clean 6 roots. So what we practice is to purify our 6 roots. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind should be pure. So a bodhisattva who with pure 6 roots. So once purified, it's the same as tranquility. And the meaning of ji, the Buddhist sutras often talk about tranquility and extinction. So arhats, for arhats, there's something about killing the 6 thieves. And what are the 6 thieves? They are the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. If you kill them, then you're pure, you're purified. And at such a time, that's tranquility and extinction. So this Bodhisattva tranquil root means Bodhisattva with pure 6 roots. So he rose and spoke. So Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha are 2. Right, that's how it is. So Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya, which I just chanted now. There are 3 kinds, right? For most of us, right? Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. For all of us, right? The ordained ones are the ordained ones. Their Sangha. Buddha Dharma is Buddha Dharma. Buddha Dharma of the 10 Dharma realms. And Buddha, the one who has proven the right realization and right equality. So he's a Buddha. That's Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, that he has attained and proven the Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, which is the right realization and right equality. So that's the Buddha. So generally we all of course say that Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha are three different things. So the ordained Sangha and Dharma, Buddha Dharma. And why is one called a Buddha? Because they have cultivated the 37 aids to enlightenment. In the Agama Sutra, it's written about the 37 aids to enlightenment, and they includes 5 roots, 5 powers, 4 mindfulness, 4 right exertions, 4 transcendent bases, 7 branches of realization, and the Noble Eightfold Path. That's 37 aids to enlightenment. So if you cultivate the 37, that's Buddha Dharma. And if you've cultivated 37 aids to enlightenment, then you would attain the right realization and right equality. And once you attain the right realization, that's a Buddha. So generally we say Buddha, Dharma and Sangha are 3. But according to Bodhisattva Tranquil Buddhists, sentient beings treat them differently, but in reality, in the true meaning, in the Buddha is the Dharma, and the Dharma is the Sangha. The 3 jewels, having unconditioned phenomena, are equal to the cosmic space. All dharmas are also like this, and those who can practice have entered the Dharma gate of non-duality. So that disciple earlier asked a good question, and that's this. You're a sentient being, and you're a Sangha, a monastic, and the ordained monastic is the Sangha. So that when sentient beings are cultivating, they're considered as the monastics or Sangha. So don't think that because you don't shave your hair, you don't think that you're Sangha or that you're not ordained. But let me tell you, the most important thing is that your mind or your heart has been ordained. But if someone has shaved their head, but they do mundane things, and worse than the mundane people, they don't have pure 6 roots. And then one day, they would come to the realization. So even when you're lay practitioners, but your heart mind has renunciated, and you live a pure livelihood, although you live at home with a spouse and children, but if your heart mind is as pure as the ordained monastic, then you're also considered a left home practitioner or ordained. So it's not on the outer appearance or on the rituals, but if you shave your head and wear the lama robe, then there are many places that you can go. So you can go to dance halls either. So it's very inconvenient to be ordained. But the key point is not on the appearance or the rules, but it's inside on the heart and mind. So even the lay practitioners are sentient beings. But if your heart and mind are ordained and with pure six roots, then you have understood the Buddha Dharma. Because a pure six roots is Buddha Dharma. So if you have gained the right realization through Dharma practice, then you're Buddha. So right realization is a Buddha. Pure six roots is a Bodhisattva. And the Sangha and the sentient beings are equal. And there's no differences. It's as one have a shaved head to restrict you, to remind you that you are an ordained Sangha, that you need to study Buddha Dharma diligently. So it's the same whether you are monastic or lay practitioners. So bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, and upasikas are all equal. They are all called the Sangha. As long as you have pure six roots, you're a Bodhisattva. And as long as you attain right realization and right equality, you're a Buddha. So Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha are one, with no differentiation. Because so it's you who become a Buddha, it's you who's practicing Dharma, and it's you who's the Sangha, and it's you who attain the right realization. And when you become ordained, it's you who become ordained and become a Sangha member. And it's you who study Buddha Dharma. It's all you. That's why Buddha Dharma and Sangha are the same without any differentiation. The mind, the Buddhas, and the sentient beings are the same without any differentiation. That's the Dharma gate of non-duality. So whether you're ordained monastics or lay at-home practitioners, male bhikshus or female bhikshunis, have no differences. Once you have an attainment, then you are Buddha with Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. And if you have Buddha Dharma, you understand Buddha Dharma, and your six roots are pure, then you're a Bodhisattva. You're also a sentient being. So Buddha Dharma and Sangha, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Gurupe, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sanghaye. There are four kinds, but there's no difference among the four of them. As soon as your six roots are pure, then you would be a true guru or master. And you're a bodhisattva. So to let you attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, then you would be a true guru. And you are also a Buddha. You're also Dharma. You're also Sangha. This is what Bodhisattva Tranquil Root said about the entering the Dharma gate of non-duality. The flower girl, I mean like the most beautiful girl in our class is one with the protruding teeth. What do you call it? Like the fangs, I guess. But if it's Hui Jun has two fangs, then there would be like Akalamata would have that task, place like task. Kind of, Japan-born Japanese ladies have, many of them would have canine teeth or fangs. Why? That's due to the geomancy of and feng shui of the place. But kids born in Taiwan, the little toe of the left feet would split a little bit if you're born in Taiwan. Just check on the little toe that the nail of the little toe of the left feet would be split, and that showed that they were born in Taiwan. That's due to feng shui. Why? The ladies born in the northeast, rather tall, and then the ladies born in Sichuan are beautiful. Why? And the ladies in China are more beautiful, and the ladies in Taiwan is like potato, like yam. And the ladies from China are like the taro, which is smoother and tastier because they are made of water from the Changjiang and Yellow River. But the ladies in Taiwan are made of earth, Mount Ali. So they're more earthy. But the Chinese ladies are more beautiful. Like we were the fourth generation, right? The first one is Lu Dejie from Fanyang of Quanzhou in China. And then the first generation in Taiwan, it's Lu Chang. And then Du Sun, my father. And I'm the fourth generation, Du Sengyan. I miss China too. I long for China because the Fujian Huanyang comes from Huanyang, Hebei too. And that's very close to Beijing, right? It's the same province, Hebei, right? So it's the same province. Huanyang, Hebei, moved to Huanyang, Fujian, and then to Huanyang in Penghu, and then we built an ancestral hall in Penghu. And that was the Huanyang Hall that was built by my cousin, elder cousin. And you go to Siyi Xiaochijiao in Penghu. When you cross the ocean, then you would arrive at Siyi, and there was an area called Xiaotika. And there's an ancestral hall of the Lu clan. And that's come from Huanyang, Fujian. So we came from Huanyang, Hebei, to Huanyang, Fujian, to Huanyang, Penghu. So we are one family, right? That's it. No problems. I'm serious about this, okay? I'm serious. Xiaoming just loves the salted a fried chicken. So one day after work, he wants to buy some to bring home, and he picked a lot. And then the seller said, "You want some spicy?" But he was stuttering and said, "One more." I said, this is a Chinese pun again. Yeah. A little boy wanted to buy a pet temple. And why do you want the sanitary pad? Is that for your mom? No. For your sister? No. It's for myself. Why? And the little boy said, but the ad on TV is like, with it, I can swim and play tennis and also ski. Oh, mommy, take me home.